Hi, everybody. Welcome to Higher Ground. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room today, as I always have a picture of an elephant in the background, because I really think we've come to a time where busting the elephant in the room, understanding what's holding us hostage, the small things, the big things, the mental things, habitual things, and external things that are holding us hostage as human beings. We're all going through this time of huge transformation. And depending on our perspectives and how we see this, it can take us down certain rabbit holes. It can take us to one extent of the continuum or the other. We have to be very, very careful where our mind, our memories, our past, where we're living inside our head, where it takes us. We have to be extremely mindful of all what's going on within our own worlds right now. It is so important. We are human beings, we are souls, we are spirit, and we're here for a reason. We came here for a reason, but we're being doused with this uncertainty right now. And it is the agenda of the world, whatever's happening. Some say it's an extremely exciting time to be here, others would disagree. And I've had my times where I have both agreed and disagreed at the same time. The lessons in life can be so difficult that it just takes a life force right out of us. And we have to be strong enough to keep our life force, to keep our eyes on the prize, to understand who we are and why we're here. It's such an important time to pull yourself back together and not to be, taken by the fray and and eaten up by it all, by your own thoughts of yourself, by your own illusions of yourself, because we're living in a world right now where we're almost boxed in. We almost are living our lives in our own little container, looking out into the world with all the social media and all what's going on. And we're presuming that it's the truth. We're presuming that we're the only ones suffering. But if you take a look outside of that, which we don't really do anymore because we've been so contained, we're all suffering. And what we're being fed is the illusion, like, I'm not suffering. Why are you suffering? So you must be the only one. You're not the only one. We're all suffering. But we have brave faces when we go out there because we don't want people to see the amount of suffering and shame and pain and guilt that we're carrying from our own families, from our journeys, from the people that have disappointed us, from the people that have held us hostage that we can't seem to break free from because we're just carrying this load on our back, carrying the pain, carrying, the shame of other people. And it really has even nothing to do with us. But because we take ownership and we're people pleasers. And most of us have learned to be like that because we've sacrificed ourselves for other people. We've sacrificed ourselves for our families, for the people we love. And we're the last of the people that understand what it's like to live without electronics, to ride our bikes, to go to see the trails, the mountains, look at frogs in the pond. We're the last. We have a comparison of what life was compared to the children today. They don't know. They've been brought up in this digital age, right? So we are being boxed in. Our communities are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. We only go out for the necessities. And then we come back to our own container with our own pain. How do we break free? How do we break free? How do we break free? You know, all of these small things that are holding us hostage, all these very small things within ourselves. It's mental, our relationship with ourselves. We have to shift our focus and understand that this is, how the narrative is moving. It's moving us towards that. It's not just us being trapped. It's the whole narrative, and it's so big. It's so much bigger than us because we've been isolated and separated and put in small pots. But together we are strong. We don't have to, cling to each other. But we have to know the truth about what's happening to us and our lives. So mentally, with our relationships, we have to start to shift our focus. Like, no, I'm not the only one suffering here. This is really happening. Break free from that mental prison and the people pleasing around you that we've so much learned to make ourselves secondary to everything and everyone out there. We burn out. We start to carry resentment. After a long period of time, resentment starts to seep in. You can't deny it. But we do push it down because we don't want to be resentful. Right? But then we lose our identity of who we are. And our glow and our shine and our purpose in life. We lose that. We trap all our energy centers within us. We lock them down. From our waist down, that's where all our tribal power is. That's where we've caged ourselves in these cages, looking out, like, I'm not creative enough. I'm not worthy enough. Or we're being held back by our identities that we've been given as a child. Oh, I'm supposed to be religious. But these weren't any of your choices. These were laid upon you. So now being able to break free out of these choices and see life through your own value system, what you've become to understand in your life, through your pain, through your suffering, through your isolation. Use them as gifts, not as sentences to trap your God-given right to be here. It's important to see this. On the external, the toxic people that have kept us trapped, they've been a huge detriment to your well-being. You have to pay attention to your gut feelings with people around you. You have to pay attention to the sadness that overcomes your whole being when you're around these people. And it's not only sadness for you, it's sadness for them that you're taking on. Because people are projecting out there, projecting onto you all of their shame, all their guilt, all their pain, so they can keep their greatness, their illusionary greatness about them. And, they're running rampant out there. And what you feel inside is sorrow and sadness, but not for you, for them. So you have to turn this orbit around and understand that. And all these toxic people, look at them and understand that they are toxic. Don't absorb their stuff. We're not doing any justice here by absorbing these people that do not take responsibility for themselves, for their well-being, for their health, for their mental well-being. you know. Well, there's fools out there that have great positions in this life, and we've allowed that to happen by soaking in the negativity, taking on, you know, all their bad stuff, and allowing the illusion to persist. So, busting this elephant in the room of life, understanding that, you know, we here as people, we are the way, we are the truth, and we are the light. We have a comparison here of what it was and what it is now. So we're standing at this crossroad here, allowing all of this to go on, or starting with ourselves, our own family, and breaking free from our boxes and going out there, you know, and shining your light, and not now protecting your light. Not only shining your light, is protecting your light from the people that want to shame you, guilt you, empty every piece of God-given light within you. Take your health, take your well-being, because they do not get life energy from source, from life, from the earth. They steal it from other human beings. We have to turn this orbit around, bust this elephant in the room. All right, I think I have gone down the rabbit hole far enough. Namaste. Like, share, subscribe, and let's just keep staying real. I'll see you on the path.